Okay, we're up to part 4. In this part, what I would like to do is I'd like to get moving on the instance class. If you remember from the beginning, we said the descriptor class was mandatory, and we also said the module instance class was mandatory. Now we're going to go ahead and make this class. We're not really going to do anything with it yet. I want to hold off till the end for that, because that's where we're actually going to be doing most of our stuff. So go ahead in C#. You'll notice things are a little bit cleaner because I moved to a different computer because the other one was running like garbage. I also did notice that when I originally opened up a freshly installed Visual Studio, I did not have the object browser here. I'll have to put some kind of note somehow in the earlier tutorial, but if you don't see it, all you have to do is go to Tools, go to Settings, and check the Expert Settings. It starts off using the basic settings. Expert Settings will give you that icon up in the corner. Okay, now to make another class, all we're going to do is we are going to right click our project, go to Add Class. When this comes up, make sure class is highlighted, and we are going to give it a name. I'm just going to name this instance because it is our instance class. I want to make sure everybody has the terms down pat, especially me. Go ahead and click Add. Okay, and you will see over here that our instance class has been created. Now, the first thing you'll notice is all the namespaces we added here in our descriptor class do not carry over. These guys right here, they do not carry over to a new class. So we're going to have to go ahead and re-add them to this class. We want to using Vixen. This is just like we did before. Vixen.module. And using vixen.module.output. Okay, we will be adding a couple more as we go along, but we'll take care of that when we get there. Now, if you remember for our descriptor class, what we did is we went down and we found a base module already set for us, and we just inherited our class from that. If you go into the object browser, down to module output, you will see that there is also a base class for our instance class. So all we have to do to basically do most of the work for us is to inherit from that class. So go to instance, and just like we did in our descriptor, we hit a colon, what's the name, output module instance base. Type output module and you'll see it pops up. Go down and highlight that one, our instance base class, hit tab, and now we are inheriting from it. So go ahead and right click on it, implement abstract class, and now we have our instance class created. We're not going to go into the details right now of what's going on in here. Except do notice that these do not return values. We'll actually use that to our advantage in a couple of seconds. But now we have our instance class made, but Vixen knows nothing of it. So in order to tell Vixen that this is our instance class, we go to the descriptor, and if you remember, we skipped over module class. This is where you tell Vixen this is the class that we are using as our instance. The return type is a type. So basically all we have to do is get rid of the exception that was thrown in there. Return a type of and we just need to return a type of our class name, which in my case is instance. In your case, it's probably something that makes more sense. Type of instance, and that's it. Now Vixen knows that is our instance class. When it needs it, it will use it. Go ahead and save at this point. Now I do want to show you that now that we have our descriptor class, we have our instance class, those are the base requirements. So at this point we should be able to get it to show up in our Vixen testbed. But in order to do that, first we just need to get rid of these exceptions that are thrown. Basically we are saying now that in both of these functions we're not doing anything. Go ahead and save it. Go ahead and build it. It should build right into our testbed module output folder. So we can go ahead and open our Vixen testbed, and we should see our new module in there. Now real quick, just go ahead, I just want to show you one more point. Go ahead and create a controller with this output module. Tutorial controller. Let's give it a couple channels. Go ahead and click add, and then go ahead and highlight it. Now the only thing I really want you to notice at this point is that setup is grayed out. The reason for that is Vixen no longer requires you to have a setup routine. We will need it, so we're going to have to tell it, hey, we do want to use a setup routine, and we will get to that down the road. I just wanted to kind of show you about it. Okay, in the next step we are going to try and tackle the module data class.